You're listening to Gay Power on 95.7 MRC Radio, Cincinnati's new music. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, mystery person. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions about the LGBT community. Is that all right?
Okay.
Okay, so mystery person number one, or just mystery person since you're the only one. How do you feel about the LGBT community?
I mean, love is love. And love is not defined by religion. I mean, religion was created thousands and thousands of years ago by people. God, who knows? But I just think that if it's love, then you should go with it. Because you shouldn't let anything stop you from enjoying your life and being happy. Because why else are you here? To enjoy your life before it's gone.
Very nice. So, you have LGBT community friends, right?
Yep.
Do you ever notice, or have they ever told you like any struggles they go through?
I mean, people think that homosexuals or lesbians or any of that nature is bad, but it's really not because that's their choice and you don't have a decision on that. And love is love, right?
Right.
And so, like, they say homosexuality is only defined by a choice. And that choice is attraction to the same sex. And so people think sexual orientation is black and white. And what I mean by that, they think, oh, you're just, for example, homosexual and that's all you are. Or you're just straight and that's all you are. But there's more to that, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, this is a question that a lot of people ask. Should like gay marriages be legal or should they be illegal?
In my opinion, if they want to get married, they should.
So, you think if they should get married, they should, right? Or if they want to get married, they should, right?
If they want, that's their choice.
But they can't, or at least in some states. Well, I think at
Well,
least
that
like a legal
sucks.
marriage. Because I know like some states.
I mean, sometimes I think of it in this way. If you were straight, would you want to be married? Wouldn't you? You would. For example, you would want to be married.
Yeah.
And then people stop you because they don't like your sexual orientation or respect your decisions. So that's basically what they're doing, but to homosexuals. And so, not just homosexuals, I mean like the LGBT community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We understand.
But like they do that to homosexuals, and it's really wrong because of the main fact that if you were straight and you were stopped from marrying the person you love, you wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
And so when I think of homosexuality, I think in all fairness that religion shouldn't be tied into your sexual orientation. Because I think most of the laws, because like America used to be like a Christian country
Yeah.
because it came from England. And so like I think most of these laws are still based off of that Christian or Catholic influences from England. I just think that how can you trust a religion that's been around for so long And that's been said to so many people. That's been like, how can you trust that without evidence? Sometimes you just gotta say, maybe I should do the scientific method, which was used in the scientific revolution or created then to
Yeah.
find out the truth. And so, like, if you want to find out the truth, then you should use whatever you feel is fit. Because personally, me, myself, I don't have a religion. I don't believe in religion. Mostly because religion has been around for so long. How do you know? How can you even trust it? And so I just thought to myself, like, if I really don't like religion, then why should I be forced to be in one? So I stopped being in religion. And it's make me a happier person. And it's make me enjoy my life more because now I'm not constricted to religion's rules. I get to do what I please and help the ones I love without fear of any consequence behind it. And so that really just helps me. And so, like, I'm not saying you don't have to have religion. I mean, it's your life. You're going to do what you want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's forcing you to do anything, and nobody should ever. But I think, in my personal opinion, if it's love, why wouldn't God want there to be love? And so I know, like, people are going to argue with me about this,
Oh,
especially
totally.
religious, strong people. And so I just think, like, love is love. And if you feel in your heart that that's the thing that you want to go through. I mean, sexual orientation does not just happen overnight. It takes time, effort, work, just like love. Love takes time, effort, and work. There's no such thing as true love. But there is such thing as love if you work hard for it and work hard towards it. I mean, there's never going to be the perfect relationship. And I just think with if there are two people, two beings that want to get together and be in what you call love and will to, and will go through that in the stages of love and just work towards love, then why not let it be? I mean, so many people, so many people in this world, and you don't think at least three, four, or five of them are going to be that different person. I mean, not everybody is going to be the same. And so when I think about religion, when I think about sexual orientation, I just feel free to be whoever I want to be because I don't think any God would want you to suffer while you are alive. And so that force, that being that we call God, I just think that I don't think any God would want you to be unhappy. So if it was up to me, I would say, hey, do what you want. But that's your decision, not mine. And so when I think about sexual orientation and if somebody should get married, I mean, I've been going on and on
Yeah.
about stuff.
It's fine.
I've been going on and on about stuff just because this topic is so overlooked in society and they don't see it as serious when it is really serious.
It is.
And
Yeah.
so, because thousands of people commit suicide just because,
Especially in
especially
teens.
teenagers, yeah, just because of their religion and sexual orientation.
And like people don't accept them, right?
Yeah, and so they feel bad, they get depressed, and then they commit suicide. or they get picked on because of their sexual orientation, like getting bullied for it. And so then they are the ones that feels bad. And so that really brings me back to religion and how I will never believe that God would want you to suffer. And if you look up the definition of God, it is either reality or that person or ruler of existence. Well, it's not exactly that, but I'm just trying to summarize it because it's really defined.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think that some things will never be truly defined. I mean, when I think about religion, I think about something that was created years and years ago to either control the masses or either to teach morals or healthy. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I just think of it as that because when I look at religion today, what does it do? It controls the masses. And when I look at religion today, what else does it do? It teaches good things and morals. Like every religion, doesn't it seem weird that every religion teaches you good things and gives you restriction on bad things?
Yeah.
That's what really boogles my mind when I think of religion. That's why I don't have one. I study and I determined for myself that I wasn't going to have a religion. And that is okay because it doesn't matter what religion you have, it doesn't matter who you want to become. I really think nothing matters. I mean, because we give so much energy to things on earth, but we overlook the things not
Yeah.
that we think about. And so, like, to me, nothing really matters. And I just know this quote from this TV show I used to watch. Like, they say, when you realize nothing really matters, the universe is yours to control. And so, breaking that down, if nothing really mattered, correct, then why would you worry your mind about anything? You wouldn't. And so then a lot of things that kills people early is stress, depression, and a lot of things like that. But when you realize none of that matters, then the stress, the anxiety, it goes away just because it you realize you don't want those things tormenting your life anymore. So you don't give thought to them because they don't matter to you. And so once you stop giving thought to them, then you'll survive for a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, mystery person, you brought up a lot of good points with like religion. You really know your stuff. Maybe you should be running this show. But I agree with a lot of things you said.
It's like the reason why I think I know so much about my and maybe other sexual orientation is because I gone through a lot of what many people have gone through with their sexual orientation and confusion about it. I asked questions. I researched. I asked psychologists, therapists. I did a lot of research just so I can find out the truth.
Yeah, I can
And
tell.
they say that truth is not learned through belief, but like actually knowing the truth of where religion came from.
We will be right back after the break. You're listening to Gay Power on 95.7 MRC Radio, Cincinnati's new music. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Want to write your own songs, make your own beats, record your own music, get free music lessons? Go to mrccincy.org to find out more about the Music Resource Center.
This is 95.7 MRC.
And we're back from the break. Let's continue where we left off.
Belief, like knowing, is not determined by belief, but determined by experience. And so they say, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain this topic, but like belief, knowing, like belief is belief. You don't have any factual evidence for it. And I'm not trying to be one of those hypocritical people, but you don't know, you just believe. And so one of the things that was really hard for me to accept is how you just believe it without researching or anything. And then that really led me to believe, like, how can I trust anything without doing the proper research? So I didn't believe in any of it until I did the research for myself. And even if I did the research for myself, I would still double check every single piece of information.
Totally.
And I feel great without a religion, actually, because I feel free to do and believe whatever I want. And I'm not trying to say, do this, do that, because it's your life. But I'm just saying that I'm going to be enjoying mine. And so, like, when knowing is determined by experience, so that means you will have to go through a spiritual experience just to know the truth.
Well, I think we have everything that we need right now. Like, I'll probably call you back in later episodes for these kind of stuff, but that was a really good discussion. And I wish we could continue it, but we're at 16 minutes right now. But
I love talking. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. Just gives me more work to do. But mystery person, what is your sexual orientation?
I mean, sexual orientation is a spectrum. So when I look at my sexual orientation, sometimes it depends on the day, because sometimes I feel like I don't have, it's in between not having a sexual orientation and straight, because sometimes I feel that I don't have a sexual orientation because I'm not determined by my other factors. I'm determined by how I want to be.
Yeah.
And so when I think of my sexual orientation, I think of it as straight, but I think of it as straight-ish because I know that there are people beautifuler than me, if that's a word, but I'm not attracted to them as much as so I would go and do,
like, date them?
yeah. But I think of them as inspiring because it just sees me to do better.
Yeah.
Even though doing better might not be the case. So when I think of my sexual orientation, I think of it as being straight.
Okay. Well, I was laughing just because I asked, what is your sexual orientation? And you go way in describing it, which was good. But yeah, you do like to talk, which is fine.
I do like to talk. I am a talker. But anyways.
Well, mystery person, I'm going to have to call it there. Like, I'm thinking, like, maybe I'm going to get a second person in here, but I think you covered everything right now.
And also, I think, like, religious strong people will think that you're disgusting for being yourself. But don't get discouraged. It's your choice. And it's not their lives. It's yours. So whatever you decide, it's your choice. Don't let anything influence you unless you influence you.
Thank you, mystery person, for being on Gay Power on 95.7 MRC Radio, Cincinnati's new music. And I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye! You're listening to Gay Power on 95.7 MRC Radio, Cincinnati's new music.